One of the most common fan criticisms since Levi Stadium opened 10 years ago is the heat, especially the heat there on the east side of the stadium. Fans on that side, I mean, it's a cooker over there with them staring straight into that sun. So I know the 49ers a few years back looked into the possibility of mitigating the heat with a possible canopy or something of that nature. They determined that it was not feasible to be able to put a roof of some sort over Levi Stadium. So fans have been stuck with that heat. Now the NFL, it seems like in recent years here, have really tried to do something to kind of give the 49er fans a break by scheduling a lot of road games early in the season. And then when the 49ers do have a home game, there's been maybe more of the primetime games, the night football, such as last season when the 49ers opened at home against the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. So this year is no different. 49ers have a schedule that features a lot of road games early in the season. And the 49ers have also done something which is unique. First time that they've ever done this is this year they are going to be wearing their white uniforms at home during day games earlier in the season when the weather can become a factor. And that was something that was a topic of discussion last year when the 49ers played a game. It was week 5, October 6th against the Cardinals. And it was very hot at Levi Stadium. Day game against the Cardinals. 49ers, I think, Kyle Shanahan tossed around the idea of perhaps wearing the white uniforms because I don't know what the science is there as far as how much heat they're able to reduce, or having the white uniforms as opposed to the red tops, what kind of factor that is as far as, the darker uniforms attracting more heat. But they looked into it, and teams have to determine what uniforms they're going to wear for each of their 17 games before the season starts. And so at that point, it was too late for the 49ers to make a change, but kind of had my eye on how they would approach that this season. And sure enough, for the first time, I think in my lifetime, the 49ers will be wearing their home whites early in the season for that reason. They used to always wear their whites, I should say their road whites. They used to wear their road whites at home games in the preseason before going into the regular season with the traditional red jerseys. So this year, they're going to be wearing their white uniforms a lot this season. And it starts off with their first, well, let's just put it this way. 4 of their first 6 games this year are on the road, and 6 of the first 9 games are on the road. So obviously, I think the scheduling is such that to try to have the better weather for Levi Stadium for the fan experience and for the teams, have kind of pushed those home games back into the season. So their first game at home is week 3 against Arizona. Their next home game is week 4 against Jacksonville. And the 49ers did announce their schedule, their uniform combinations on Sunday. And like I said, for the first time, they'll be wearing those whites. They're going to wear their all white throwbacks in week 3 against the Cardinals, and then their primary white uniforms week 4 against Jacksonville. So after that, they go the road, they come back, and their next home game is October 19th. And that's a night game against the Falcons. So that's a Sunday night game. Weather won't be an issue. So they return at that point to their regular traditional red home jerseys. And then their next home game isn't until November 9th. And by that time, they've shifted over to their reds. Even in the daytime. So, last year, like I said, it became a bit of an issue. 49ers had that week 1 game, Monday Night Football against the Jets. Then their next home game a day game, was against New England, and weather wasn't an issue. That game kickoff, it was 71 degrees, but that week 5 game was when the 49ers really struggled with the heat. And whether it's heat related or not, the 49ers had a sizable, comfortable lead in that game, but they were outscored 14-0 in the second half and lost that game 24-23. So again, does the heat play any kind of role in that? I don't know. But in the NFL, where everybody's looking for even the slightest advantage, that is something that now Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have gotten behind as far as trying to reduce the heat factor. Again, doesn't help the fans who will be baking over there, but the NFL has tried to, I think, massage the schedule a little bit so that those games are like few and far between. So that's the schedule update as far as the uniforms go. And of course, the big thing, I know a lot of fans were interested in the rivalry jerseys, all black. You can see those uniforms, all black uniforms with the saloon script, black helmets. And so that's something new that the NFL is introducing. They've had the color splash uniforms of the past, but these are the rivalry jerseys, I guess, kind of similar to the City Connect jerseys in baseball. But 49ers will feature those uniforms one time and one time only this season, and that'll be Week 18 against the Seattle Seahawks at Levi Stadium. So the other thing that kind of looking at this schedule for the 49ers, it's kind of interesting. They play Week 1 at Seattle. The unveiling of these teams, especially the new look 49ers, and then those teams, those NFC West rivals, won't meet again until Week 18, far down the road. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how these teams take shape, how different they are from Week 1 to Week 18, and how much will the teams even look at that film from Week 1? Because during the course of a season, there's always so much roster maneuvering, injuries, and teams kind of finding their identity and evolving as the season goes on. So that's the quick update on the uniform situation of 49ers. Will be opening on Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. And at this point right here, with their first practice of the week scheduled for Monday, no indication yet what's going on with Jauan Jennings. How much of him not practicing is the calf? How much is the contract? Where do those intersect? And as of today, it has been 5 weeks since he has stepped on the practice field for the 49ers. On that July 27th practice, that's when he had the calf situation. He was removed from practice or, was clearly showing signs of discomfort with that calf. And then he hasn't been on the practice field since. And with Tim Kawakami reporting that he's looking for a contract in excess of $20 million per season, it just doesn't seem like the 49ers would do that. It just doesn't seem like that would be, an offer that they'd even entertain providing him with. And so how deeply does Jauan Jennings and his representation dig their heels in on that contract demand? How is his calf? Is he able to play? I would think after 5 weeks he should be, but those are the issues right now, the biggest issue surrounding the 49ers as they start full-scale preparations to face the Seattle Seahawks up in Seattle a week from today. September 7th, Week 1, a big NFC West game just right out of the chutes here. And I think that when you look at the NFC West, we're talking about, I think, 4 really balanced teams. And so every game is going to be critically important. Every advantage is going to be critically important. So that's the quick rundown. Thanks for watching. And that is it for now.